Hey everyone, Catch 'em All Collectibles here. I've got those two big boxes that I showed last Monday. This should be going live on Monday. So these are two lots that I won from Heritage Auctions. The auction closed on July 24th, and I just wanted to talk you through what exactly I bought, how much I paid, why I bought it, and what I intend to do with them. So as I mentioned, I won these on July 24th. I think a lot of people these days are used to Amazon, Prime, next day, 2-day, 2-hour shipping, whatever it may be. The way that this worked and the way that these auction houses work, generally it's 1 to 2 weeks until they'll ship your item. I paid by check, and I'll tell you why exactly that was. So that added an additional, I think it was 6 to 8 business day hold, just to make sure the check was good. I was a new customer, first time I ever bought with them. That might go down in the future if I have a lot of successful buys and they, I guess, worry less about the checks being good. But in any case, I bought it on July 24th and received it on August 21st, nearly a month later. Not unreasonable to me. I'm a pretty patient person, and it is what it is, especially I think patience is a requirement in the hobby, especially these days with turnaround times of grading companies and all that. But yeah, you can see here, I got my invoice. First edition Jungle lot, I paid $3,000 plus a $600 buyer premium. You've got to be careful, and Heritage does a good job when you place your bid. They show you what exactly the buyer premium is going to work out to. So I paid $3,600 for a complete CGC graded first edition Jungle set in this box, and in this pile I also bought a complete CGC graded first edition Gym Challenge set, all 132 cards, for $5,160. So $8,800 here between the two boxes. The reason I paid by check is because, unlike eBay, eBay kind of factors their fees and everything into where they take the payment processing fee out of the seller's end. And paying by credit card is just, it's built into it. Paying by credit card at Heritage, or I'm assuming, yeah, I believe Golden is the same way because I paid by check there too. They charge you a 2.5% fee, which doesn't sound huge, but 2.5% on $8,800 would be a couple $100. And for me, adding a week on the front end to save a couple $100, just spending 51 cents on a stamp to send a check down, that seemed like the better way, just to keep my costs down, those extra $200. And so why exactly I bought these? Well, one, Gym Challenge, Jungle, I actually bid on every WotC set they were selling that block. Great sets, beautiful cards. I'll go through and I'll probably just show you the hollows. It's kind of a lot. Let me get these out of the way. It's kind of a lot to show everything. But I guess I'll show you one box just to show you how they packaged them. They packaged them pretty well. They had all these boxes like saran wrap together. They had them in a large box, packing peanuts, really well padded. I haven't gone through every case yet, but I don't imagine there's any like new damage or wear to the cards from how they were packed. But yeah, most you'll see the Charizard, unfortunately, I think is the lowest graded hollow with an 8.5. These first you have subgrades, Gem Mint. There's another 8.5. So unfortunately, two of the bigger cards, Charizard and Venusaur, got 8.5s, but mostly 9s, a couple 9.5s there. The Nidoking did have no subgrades, as did the Persian. Beedrill. So anybody who has followed me for a while, anyone who knows me, I've always been like a PSA 9 collector, because years ago they just provided the best value to me. And most cards you open, pack fresh, are Gem Mint. I think I have a couple of the Trainer hollows missing in those boxes there, but I don't really want to dig to find them. So yeah, I've had in the PWCC vault my entire PSA 9 first edition WotC hollow collection since early in the year, since March, and I saw these auctions going. I kind of knew where the PSA 9 set was valued, and it just seemed to me like these were going to go quite a bit cheaper. I mean, I've graded with thousands of times with CGC and with PSA. To me, a CGC 9 and the PSA 9 are quite similar in condition. I mean, you can look these over, and I believe the grades are really fair for what they are. So I'm quite confident exchanging a PSA 9 set for a CGC 9 set, especially when you account for the fact that I paid $5,160 for this set, 1 through 132 cards. So I believe 20 of them are hollow in this set. Yeah, because I have 17 here, but I'm missing Erica, Lieutenant Surge, Brock, maybe? I think those are the 3 that I'm missing. So some of those might be in Gym Heroes. But anyways, I paid $5,160, and my intent is, unfortunately, it was a casualty of the PWCC thing recently with eBay. I did have since I won these, I put my PSA 9 hollow set of Gym Challenge on the auction block for August. Now that that's all on hold, I'm going to have to wait on it a little bit, kind of carry both sets for a while. But I guess I can talk about it more with Jungle, since those I already did sell. Let's get into the Jungle box, and I'll talk more on how I made out, because my PSA 9 hollow set of Jungles that I had at PWCC, I actually sold those off in the June block. So I've already sold them, already been paid out for them. What I achieved after fees and everything was around, I want to say it was around $3,500. And interesting thing, you'll see I paid $3,600. Not just for the hollows. So I sold a PSA 9 hollow set for around $3,500. Look at this. Here you go. I hope, I don't know if Zach watches all my videos, especially this one, but I've got a Gem Mint Pokemon. How can you go wrong there? So yeah, I sold my PSA 9 hollow set. I netted $3,500. I paid $3,600 for not just a hollow set graded in 9. There might be an 8.5 or 2 in here as well in the hollows, but we'll see. So I didn't just trade a PSA 9 hollow set for a CGC 9 hollow set. I traded it for a complete CGC Jungle set. And I don't know about, to me, graded non-hollows are pretty overvalued, whether they're, so here's an 8. That's probably, I think this is the worst card of the hollow set. I'll have to upgrade this one, but I'm not a big fan of graded non-hollows. I have a complete Mint set, Mint Plus set in a binder, and that's good enough for me. So my intent is 16 hollows. What does that make? There's 48 non-hollows. I don't know why that one was there, but so I'm going to sell the 48 non-hollows to kind of get my cost basis down on these. And I think cards like the non-hollow rares, and then Eevee, Pikachu, Cubone, some of them, I mean Meowth, some of those better ones will do better. Let's be fairly conservative and say $30 a piece. I might net on selling each of the 48 cards. Doing that, I mean, I should be able to extract over $1,000, say $1,000 after fees. Essentially, I'm trading my PSA 9 set for a CGC 9 set plus $1,000. I'll sell off the ones that are below 9s and upgrade them down the line. I actually did the box opening, so the ones that I got from the box opening, I'll probably take the best of each and be able to build a CGC 9 set. But yeah, that's my intent. With Jungle, where it all works out, and I can do a video down the line kind of showing this exactly how it worked out. If anyone's interested in that, let me know in the comments if you want to see the proceeds of all my sales a few months down the line. But to me, it felt like a no-brainer. I mean, I'm very much a proponent of buy the card, not the grade. So I'm trading a mint card for a mint card, and essentially getting paid $1,000 to $1,500 to do that when all is said and done. When it comes to Jungle, when it comes to Gym Challenge, unfortunately I wasn't able to immediately auction the PSA ones as I had intended, but I believe after auctioning those, and then Gym Challenge is a very large set, 132 cards, 20 of which are hollow. That's 112 non-hollows. Say we do the same $30 a piece average, I think that's fair, that I'll probably net after selling all those cards. Realistically, I think it might be higher, but let's just say 30 a piece to be conservative. I'll be lowering my cost basis on the hollows all the way down to, I mean, nearly $2,000. 112 non-hollows times 30 bucks a piece. Let's round it down to $3,000. I'll be paying a little over $2,000 for this hollow set. The proceeds from selling my PSA set, I don't know exactly what those go for, but let's say it's $4,000 to $5,000. Probably closer to $5,000 because it's probably fairly similar to what I paid on the Jungle set. So yeah, to me, feels like a no-brainer to trade PSA hollows for CGC hollows in similar condition, and then just get paid $1,500 for the downgrade on the Jungle set, and then maybe get paid $3,000 on the downgrade on the Gym Challenge set. Then I can take that money, and what I can go out and do, I think grading with CGC cards like this, clearly they're not achieving as high as PSA prices, so I wouldn't advise grading cards like this with CGC. But for people looking for value, looking to buy the card, not buy the grade, not buy the grading company, CGC is tough grading. I think some of these 9.5s, years down the line, I intend to keep these cards for a long time. I had intended to keep the PSA 9 sets for a long time. I just saw an opportunity here. But I think 9.5s could even turn into PSA 10s down the line if CGC never really gained traction or got like market acceptance that PSA has. I mean, being encapsulated in this case isn't a permanent thing. You can always crack these. You can always grade with a different company or go into a binder, do whatever you want to do down the line. So yeah, to me, I'm pulling maybe $5,000 out of my sets, doing a fair bit of work, selling 150 cards that are excess that I don't want. But yeah, I think part of the reason that I got such good value on these is because they're CGC cases and the market doesn't really fully accept them yet. And part of the reason that I got good value on these is because the listing photos. So the listing photo for the Jungle set showed only the 16 hollows. The listing photo for the Gym Challenge set showed only the 20 hollows. I think a lot of people out there didn't realize that all the other cards came with them. That or people just didn't want to buy a bunch of non-hollow slabs that they don't care about. I've always been a big proponent. If anyone came to me and said, hey, I want to sell this whole set, I would always recommend sell them card by card. When you sell all the cards together at once, mixed grades, mixed subgrades, no subgrades, you're just really limiting your buyer pool. A lot more money for all the cards versus selling the cards individually. You've just got a much larger buyer pool on each individual card. So yeah, kind of a lot of different considerations in this video, but I wanted to talk to you about how my entire PSA 9 WotC First Edition set that I really never intended to sell anytime soon, I'm going to be selling almost all of it as I replace them into CGC cases, because I think the value on buying, especially at auction, some of these cards, I've looked at sold listings and I've kind of kicked myself for not having been looking closer for longer, because some of these cards are really coming up at very, very good prices. It tells you that it's risky to grade with CGC and then auction cards such as these, but yeah, I'm seeing some CGC 9 and higher cards going for less than substantially less than buying the PSA 9. And to me, the card quality is the same. And they're also going substantially lower than, like, I can find raw mint copies of these cards too, where then you got to deal with the huge turnaround time and the higher grading fees. So yeah, buying CGC auctions is a great value proposition. Some people don't like the blue, some people don't like this, that. I personally love the cases. I love how clear they are. And I'm going to be having my eye on CGC auctions for the foreseeable future. I think that's all I have for today. So thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment below if you've got any suggestions for future videos. And as I mentioned earlier, let me know if you want to see a follow-up on this down the line. Kind of like I did with the base set first edition PSA collection. Do you want to see in a few months, like once I've sold all the non-hollows, where exactly I got to? Do you want to see, I mentioned I sold on PWCC all the jungles. Do you want to see that broken down in a spreadsheet and see actually like where I ended up, how much money I extracted converting to the CGC cards? If not, I mean, maybe I won't do a follow-up, but it kind of interests me, and I think a couple of those videos have gotten pretty decent reception. So yeah, that does it for this video, and I will catch you all later.